I think that when we're all young, when we're all little boys and little girls, we have these crazy imaginations. And through these crazy imaginations, we develop what seems to be at the time these crazy dreams, these huge aspirations, these tremendously larger than life goals. And as time progresses and as we get older, we tend to let go of that for some reason. Dreaming, in a sense, is a beautiful innocence because you're hanging on to that childhood innocence to where you thought that you could achieve anything. You never placed any limitations on yourself because you were oblivious to the limitations around you. But as we get older, we tend to think less and less for ourselves, and we tend to start letting other people think more and more for us. So those dreams that we once had growing up, they get replaced for what's realistic or what's practical. But what's realistic and what's practical is always what somebody else defines what realistic or practical is. So being realistic and being practical is a dream killer because it's not a standard that you set for yourself. To think in terms of practicality or what's realistic or what's reasonably attainable is to think in terms of limitation. And when you're thinking in terms of limitation, you're thinking in terms of fear. When you're a dreamer and you dream big, you're thinking in terms of possibility. And when you're thinking about possibility, the world opens up to you and you can see things that the average person isn't able to see. Because there's no one in the history of the world that ever achieved anything great in any field through thinking in terms of limitation, through thinking in terms of what's practical, what's reasonably attainable, what's realistic. So when you do meet other people who don't have a dream, they might not understand you. And that lack of understanding might cause them to fear you or to hate on you. Being a dreamer sometimes is lonely. It's lonely because not too many people have a dream. So you can't relate to the average mentality of the average person. If you're that crazy guy or that crazy girl that's always talking about ideas when everybody else is talking about things or other people, it limits who you can connect with. That's the point when most people give up on their dream. They give up on their dream so that they can fit in with everybody else and relate to their thinking so they won't feel so alone. But when you do meet someone that you can connect with, I feel like that connection is so much deeper because it's on a deeper level. You see, dreamers, I feel like we have our own language. There's not too many people that can understand our language. Being a dreamer is a beautiful thing because as a dreamer, you're determined not to see or accept reality as it is, but to see it for what it can be. And together we can make our dreams a reality. I'll see you at the top, baby. Yungmuscle.